Hello everyone, I am Saksham Sharma, founder of Career Coach and former HR and recruiter of TCS. In this video, I will be sharing top 5 mistakes which you should avoid in TCS interview. As I have mentioned, I was the former HR of TCS, and in my TCS tenure, I have taken more than 1000 interviews for different kinds of hiring. And in those interview experience, I have understand what students mistakes do, what does student do some common mistakes, and because of which they get rejected. And in this video we will understand what are those mistakes and how we can avoid them. So let's start. Mistake number 1: most of the students don't know about TCS despite they apply for TCS. So when they come for the interview, we ask them what is TCS, what they what is that we do, and what is that about TCS, and they don't know much. They say it's an IT company, but is it just an IT company? No, it's a leader in the IT company. So you have to learn more about TCS, what is their business, what is their revenue, who are their core competitors, and you can find that on their website, you can find it on Wikipedia. I have also made a separate video upon TCS related questions which you can find in our video list. So that is mistake number 1. Mistake number 2: know the role for which you are applying for. Many students come for the interview, but they don't know what is that role they will get after joining TCS. They think it would be a software developer, or they think it would be some coding role. If you are a mechanical engineering student or a civil engineering student or say MBA student, and you are applying for TCS interview, you are appearing for TCS interview, so interviewer will ask what is that you will do after joining TCS. And since you have no coding background, no IT background, you just guess that you will be a software engineer, and then given your degree you are not matching that. So again, it is difficult for you to justify, and it doesn't impress us. So you have to research about how your degree will help TCS. So every course is relevant because TCS have different clients from different industries, and that is where your domain knowledge can help them. All right, so do research about how your degree knowledge can be helpful for TCS. So that is mistake number 2 which students do. Mistake number 3. So if you talk about TCS hiring, TCS is one company which hires from Pan India. They hire in a bulk number. So they are not expecting very superstar talented people, honestly speaking. So if you are above average, you can easily clear TCS interview, but still people fail to do that. Why? Because they are not clear with the basics. So very important that you should have very clear understanding of the basics, and that includes at least 2 subjects of your course. For example, if you are pursuing a degree into computer science, 2 topics you should be very thorough. If you are doing an MBA, 2 topics at least you should be very thorough, so that you can answer questions from there. Otherwise, interviewer will ask you random questions and you will not be able to answer. But if you have 2 subjects which are very strong, and you mention them in your resume and introduction that you are very good in this, there are high chances that questions will be asked from those topics. So very important that prepare 2 subjects of your course very thoroughly, that you can answer any question out of that. So that was mistake number 3. Now mistake number 4 is you have to make a very organized resume. Many students don't make a compelling resume. When I say a compelling resume, see, interviewer never know which questions to ask. They come with an open mindset. Your resume is a piece of paper which they have in their hand, and from there they ask the questions. So only mention those things which you are good at, and you can answer questions from that. Many times I have seen students have done some courses, but they don't remember them, what were the learnings out of it, what they have done, and they just simply mention to fill the resume, or to write a good catchy line, and because of which they are not able to answer that or defend that. So whatever you are mentioning in the resume, please ensure that you have a good idea about it and you can explain it to the interviewer in detail. Alright, so don't just mention things for the sake of mentioning. Whatever you mention in your resume, a question can be asked from there. So make a appealing resume and only mention those things in which you are good at. At the same light, highlight those things which are which is very strong of yours. So for example, resume is one pager and we cannot read everything in one glance. But if you are very good at some few things, like it could be your internship, it could be some technology, it could be some achievement, highlight it in bold. Why? So that we get, our attention goes there. So these are the practical things which I am sharing with you as a recruiter, that what is the mistakes which students are doing. So that is mistake number 4. Now the last and most important mistake is, it is not about the technical competency, but it is about the attitude. From the last few years, we are seeing that the freshers who are joining have a lot of attitude issues. They are not open to project, they are not open to location, they want a particular city, they want a particular role, like they wanted to be a developer only. So this thing doesn't work. As a fresher, you need to be open to opportunities, and that includes different roles and different cities. So if you want to get selected, you have to be open to different kinds of experiences, and it should be reflected in your attitude as well. So if they ask you, are you open to any role? Will you be okay if you get a testing role? Say yes. Remember one thing, that nothing is going to be permanent, neither your role nor your city. If you get posted into a metro city, don't worry, you are not going to be staying there forever. You can always come back after some years. But yeah, initially it is very important that you show the openness and take up any role. If you get a role of starting as a testing role or some other generic role, don't worry, you will still get some learning, because to become an expert we should know all the roles, right? We cannot be a leader without learning the basics of every role. So please understand that every role gives you some teaching, and once you get inside the TCS, change your role, improve your learning, change your role, and you can take up any roles. At the same time, you can take up any latest technology also. It is not like you want a project on Gen AI or you want a project on cyber security. You might not get that initially, but yes, certainly after some time you will get it. Trust me, I'm telling from my experiences. TCS have different projects, and after some experiences you can make a switch and take those projects. So please show that openness, that you can do anything and you are willing to learn. So all right, I hope you got a good understanding about what mistakes you have to avoid. See, these mistakes are like red flags. If you are good at one thing, but if you have missed the point that I have mentioned, you will make a bad impression about you, because this days interviewer is not expecting much, but you should do the justice to the interview and by knowing this basic things. All right, so please work on the things which I have mentioned, and be thorough with all these things that I have just covered. And I am very sure that with this knowledge you will be easily able to crack the TCS interview. It is not very difficult. Let me make it very clear. I myself have taken the interview, so I can tell you more confidently. All right. So I hope you find these tips useful. Please subscribe to our channel and keep visiting it frequently, because TCS do hiring very frequently, and we will be covering different aspects of interviews in our videos. And since I myself have taken the interview, so I would be guiding you again from my experience, not any hanky-panky knowledge which hearing from outside. It's core practical experiences that I will be sharing with you. Apart from this, if you want to have a one-on-one call with me, or you wanted to give a mock interview before your final interview to get the real insights about your strength and weakness and where are you lacking, you can book a mock interview with me from the link given below in the description. All right, thank you so much and all the best for your TCS interview.